In a world full of competition and complicated games, sometimes you just want to play something simpler. Instead of high-tension shooters or heart-pounding horror games, maybe you just want to sit back, relax, and reel in some fish. You're about to get 10 games that capture this vibe in very different ways. I'll break down what you actually do, how they feel to play, and who they're for. Let's dive in. First up, Dave the Diver. It's a cozy fishing adventure with a fun split day. During the day, you dive into the blue hole, a shifting sea full of colorful fish and a few dangers. You use a spear gun and gadgets to catch, scan, and grab parts for upgrades. You push deeper into the sea as your oxygen tank, suit, and gear get better. At night, you run a sushi bar using your haul. You choose the menu, prep dishes, upgrade the kitchen, and hire staff to keep the rush under control. The rhythm is simple and addictive. You fish, you upgrade, you serve, and repeat, with side quests, photo hunts, and the odd boss moment to shake things up. Visually, it blends chunky pixel art with smooth 3D, so action and UI stay clear. Freedom is focused rather than endless, but the blue hole hides new routes and secrets every run. People love the humor, the friendly cast, and the steady progress, where you accumulate more gear, serve tastier plates, and unlock bigger fish stories. DREDGE is the fishing game I reach for when I want that quiet rod-in-the-water feeling with a twist. You run a small boat across a chain of islands, taking jobs from tiny harbors and deciding what to chase each day. Drop lines for coastal species, set crab pots, tow nets, or dredge wrecks for parts. The hook is a little inventory puzzle, where you rotate fish to make space, then steam your ship back to sell them, and use the money gained to upgrade engines, lights, rods, and hull. The loop is simple and satisfying. Fish, refit, push a little farther until the sun goes down. Night brings fog, strange shapes, and a rising panic meter, so your lights and route planning suddenly matter. That risk-reward call is the heartbeat of the game, where you can decide whether to stay out late for rare catches or play it safe and head in early. It looks great too, with stylized seas, moody lighting, and clear UI. If you enjoy exploration, gentle story threads, and that tense last sprint back to port with a hold full of prize fish, DREDGE nails it. Goes fishing is pure, no-fuss fishing that gets surprisingly clever. You start on shore with a tiny rod, flick a short cast, and snag small fish to use as bait. Medium fish eat those, which in turn lets you tempt the big ones. That simple chain is the whole magic trick, and it keeps you planning every cast. You can also earn cash from your catch and buy better rods, stronger line, lures, and a boat that opens deeper water. Hats add little perks, sonar helps you learn who's swimming where, and quests give you targets so you're never stuck. Fish types have their own habits, where some chase, some hide, and some will bite your bait off if you linger too long, so timing and line control matter. Despite that, it still stays easy to pick up and learn. The side view look is clean and bright, so you always know what's happening on screen. It's relaxed, it respects your time, and it constantly feeds you that one more try feeling. If you want a chill loop with clear goals and a steady climb in skill and gear, this one is a keeper. Fishing Planet is for players who want realistic fights and a big toolbox. It's free to start, and it throws you into a living set of lakes and rivers with changing weather, time of day, and fish that actually behave like fish. You build your fishing setup piece by piece. Rod power, reel drag, line strength, hooks, leaders, lures, or bait. And that combo decides what you can land. Cast from shore, hop in a kayak or boat, scan with sonar, and work the retrieve until the bite feels right. Trips matter because each location has travel costs and licenses, so planning your bag is part of the game. Catch fish, earn cash, unlock new waters, and chase trophies or jump into community events and tournaments if you like some friendly pressure. It can be grindy if you rush, but learning a spot and dialing in a lure pattern is super satisfying. Fishing Planet is that patient, methodical fishing game with real pull on the line and a steady sense of progress that makes it easy to pick up if you've got 10 minutes or an evening to unwind. Ultimate Fishing Simulator is a classic. Pick a venue, set your rig, and feel the bite sandbox with lots of ways to fish. You can go float fishing on a calm lake, throw spinners for predators, drop bottom rigs for big cats, or try fly fishing when you want a challenge. The first-person view makes every cast and fight feel hands-on, and the 3D venues look clear enough to read the water at a glance. There's day-night cycle and weather changes too, so species shift around and so does your approach to fishing. You earn money from catches, upgrade gear, and unlock new fisheries at a pace that feels fair. If you prefer a chill session, play on the easier settings. If you want more sim, tighten the difficulty, manage drag carefully, and watch line tension. Ice fishing is here too, which is a fun change of rhythm. There's even optional VR support if you want that extra immersion. It's flexible, rewarding, and easy to recommend to anyone who enjoys the craft of fishing. Russian Fishing 4 is what I pick when I want a deep, no-shortcut sim. It's free on PC and it expects you to fish like an angler, not a tourist. You start small on calm waters and work your way into bigger lakes and rivers as your skills and gear improve. The fun is in dialing in your fishing setup depending on what species you're targeting. You'll juggle around with the rod power, reel drag, line diameter, leaders, hooks, and bait or lures to match that specific species. Float, spinning, and bottom rigs all feel different, and fish behavior changes with time of day and weather, so moving spots and changing presentation matters. When a big carp or pike runs, you manage tension and let the drag work or you'll snap something. Catches turn into cash for better gear and access to new venues, while skill points unlock more techniques. There are boats, tournaments, and a helpful community chat if you want tips. It's patient, methodical, and super rewarding when your plan comes together and the reel finally sings. Fishing, North Atlantic. Enhanced Edition puts you at the helm of a working boat on the Nova Scotia coast. This isn't about one rod on a dock. You plan trips, watch the weather, and use sonar and map intel to find the right grounds. Depending on your vessel, you'll harpoon fast movers, set long lines, drop nets, or manage bigger gear, then mark buoys, and come back to haul at the right time. Crew management matters because you assign tasks, process catches on deck, and keep an eye on fuel and repairs. The open ocean is fully navigable with ports where you sell fish, take contracts, upgrade equipment, and buy larger boats as profits grow. Seasons and quotas push you to target different species and keep the business afloat. The Enhanced Edition looks cleaner and runs smoother, so spotting birds, reading waves, and lining up that approach feels great. If you've ever wanted the rhythm of commercial fishing, planning, execution, and a hold full of payoff, this captures it in a way that's both relaxing and surprisingly tense. Fishing. Barents Sea is the game I boot up when I want the feel of running a small working boat on cold, beautiful water. You start in a modest vessel, check the forecast, and set out along the Norwegian coast looking for the right grounds. The core loop is simple to learn. Search with sonar, drop lines or nets, mark your buoys, and come back to haul when the time is right. On deck, you sort and store fish, then head for port to sell, refuel, and line up upgrades or repairs. Money turns into better equipment, longer range, and eventually bigger boats that change how you plan a trip. Seasons and quotas nudge you toward different species, so each month feels a little different. The open map is relaxing to explore, and the first-person chores, steering, setting gear, watching the depth, make it feel hands-on without being stressful. It's a calm grind in the best way, with steady progress, a clear routine, and just enough risk from weather and timing to keep you focused. If you like the business side of fishing as much as the catch, this hits the spot. Nice Day for Fishing is a cheerful 2D fishing adventure that mixes chill exploration with punchy, timing-based battles. You play a plucky angler fixing up a seaside town, taking on silly quests, and heading out to ponds, rivers, and shoreline spots to hook what you need. The moment you hook a fish, the game switches to a quick, readable fight where line tension, stamina, and a couple of simple abilities decide whether it's dinner or a broken line. Catches turn into cash and materials for better rods, stronger line, and lures with handy perks. As your gear improves, tougher species open up and new areas make the map feel bigger without overwhelming you. It looks great in bright pixel art, and the jokes land without getting in the way of the fishing. Most importantly, the gameplay loop is easy to love. Explore, hook, outplay the fish, upgrade, and repeat. Short sessions feel productive, and longer sessions give you that satisfying one more catch pull. If you want something friendly, fast to learn, and still skillful, this is an easy yes. Fishing is a first-person survival fishing game that turns the whole lake into a hungry opponent. You and your friends roll up with basic gear, a small boat, and a simple goal. That is to catch enough fish to keep the lake fed before it gets angry.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Each run is a short session where you scout spots, listen for activity, and choose baits that match what's lurking below. Hooking a fish feels great, but the pressure builds fast because noise, light, and time all matter. Do you stay out for a bigger haul, or cash in what you've got and reset the threat level? Between rounds, you unlock new lures, stronger line, and handy tools that make the next attempt smoother. Co-op is where it shines. One player drives, one manages sonar, one handles the net, and everyone calls out for danger. It looks clean and readable, with moody water and chunky gear that's easy to recognize at a glance. If you like tense, repeatable sessions where smart choices matter more than fancy stats, this is a fresh twist that respects your time and gives you great stories. Quick fact before we wrap. Most fishing games quietly simulate real bite windows, so time of day and weather can change everything. If today felt slow, try sunrise, or a light rain in the settings and watch the bite wake up. If this video helped you find your next fishing fix, please hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments which game hooked you. I read everything, and your picks often shape the next episode. Want more right now? Check out the video on my channel where I break down the 10 best farming games that you should play at least once. See you there, and tight lines.